Are there right now. They're pulling up to the scene as we speak.
Yeah, just want to note that it is 8 o'clock now. We are continuing to stay on air and not bring you the Today Show as we watch this winter weather situation in North Texas, paralyzing many drivers. And right now, an emergency situation happening in the 2400 block of Stonegate. We are watching live as a fire consumes part of a house, and firefighters are arriving on scene now to go to work and try to get this thing under control and put it out.
Now, we got to this scene before the firefighters did, and probably important to point out, we do not know if the weather and the road conditions may have affected their response time and how quickly they were able to get to this fire. You see that firefighter there, really amazing, walking right up into the flames to get ready to try, and there it goes. First time we've seen water being able to be put onto these flames. Now, they're having a situation with the hose right now.
Yeah, exactly, because they're battling the elements too. Temperatures out there 22 degrees. So not only are they fighting flames, but they are fighting these really extreme weather elements too to try to put out this fire. They have stretched that cord through that snow and now trying to attack it there. Right, you're right in the smoke, in the fire.
The water is just stopping in that hose. He had water pressure for a second, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, I think what we've all dealt with this at home with our own garden hose. You get a kink in the hose. Well, it's one thing when you're dealing with a garden hose. This is a bigger hose. Usually they don't deal with that, but because of the cold temperatures, I imagine, usually the water would flow through that very easily, and you don't deal with kinks in a hose like you would with your garden hose. And you can see the firefighter up front calling for help because he needs them to pull that out so that they don't have those kinks and that water can flow through freely through those frozen ropes.
Yeah,
this is such a big fire.
It is, and I'm wondering too, do 22-degree temperatures impact that hose? I mean,
that's the question to ask.
Putting a potential part of a freeze on it.
Our common sense would say yes, but I mean, you just don't know when it's specific to their equipment there.
Well, these guys obviously frustrated. The firefighter up front with the hose certainly very frustrated. And they're trying to untangle the hose again, so those kinks, I'll say it one more time, we've all dealt with it. You get it in your own garden hose, and it stops the flow of water. You usually don't see it with fire hoses, but they're spreading it out so that, and I'm guessing, the conjecture is, because you just never really see this, that it's those frozen temperatures and those hoses really almost frozen solid, so the water not able to flow through freely.
Yeah, now it looks like they're getting a good stream of water coming through. And real quickly, I stopped because I tweeted Arlington Fire Department to see if we can get a little more information. And Arlington Fire Department responding to what we're seeing here in our live pictures, a house fire.
Well, and look at this also. We're seeing the flames in the front. We've got flames coming out of what looks like to be the center of the house. But when Ames was showing that wider shot just a second ago from Chopper 5, we saw a big, heavy dose of smoke coming from way back there. That looks like... Does that not look like a second source, or is that the same building?
I think it's the same building, but I'll tell you what pops out to me here, Eric, is what Deborah said, water is flowing out of the hose, but we've seen water put on fires before. That's not the usual stream of water that you would see being put on a fire. This is like trying to put a Band-Aid on cancer right now. That kind of flow out of a fire hose is not going to do much good at all.
Think about, too, what is inside of a home. A lot of things that can just add to this fire, feed the fire, and it continues to just roll through this house there in the 2400 block of Stonegate. Looks like Stonegate, as you take a look, it's kind of off of South Watson Road there in Arlington. In our earlier pictures, we also saw scenes of a Globe Life Park, so maybe kind of in that area as Chopper 5 continues to watch firefighters and doing all they can to try to stop these flames.
Yeah, let's reset this for you right now. We were watching the roadways, and obviously still continue to be problems out there.